Hi everyone, my name is Ricky Lee. I am a qualified sport and exercise scientist, a personal trainer and an online coach. I've been running my own business for about 2 years now. I run an amazing group fitness class program at the park here locally in Emerald, and have done numerous challenges along the way in the last couple of years. And within these challenges, I've noticed every single time that the same questions keep getting asked, which is fine. This is why I do what I do. But instead of always having to kind of come back and then my girls who have been here forever have to hear the same answers all the time, I just really wanted to have a place that I could put out all my information and what I have to say about things, and have it all in one spot to always come back and refer to. For just, I'm a mum, so I should have said that first. So I have a beautiful 2-year-old, and running my own business, being a mum, sometimes my life can just get a little chaotic, and I'm sure there's a lot of people out there who can relate to that as well. And I find that sometimes, I have people messaging me and these messages sitting in my inbox, and it breaks me not being able to get back to them straight away. So I really felt that it's time for me to kind of use this platform, use YouTube, put my information out there. Some of you may really benefit from it, and it's just something that I can just quickly refer my clients to, or anybody to, who might be struggling and just need a little bit of a hand along the way. So I really hope you like it. I have wanted to do this for a really long time. For those girls who know me, I have been talking about this for a while. I guess what some people don't know is I suffer really badly with anxiety. I definitely have my moments where it's better than others. So I would sit in front of a camera like I did today, I'm not even joking, for 40 minutes. And I probably will at one point put all the outtakes, the 50 billion ways I tried to start, and I just comes over me and I can't keep going, and I don't know what's wrong with me. I'm really not a shy person. I'm outgoing. I like to get up in front of people, but for some reason you put a camera in front of me and I just crumble. So please bear with me. This is a process. This is a journey for me as well, but I'm just hoping that I can really help someone or help people on a bigger scale. And I hope you really enjoy it. So today's YouTube vlog, I just basically wanted to go over nutrition 101. So this has been done 1,000 times before, and I'm not saying that I am any kind of nutrition guru. I am not a qualified nutritionist. I do have a degree in sport and exercise science. I have got 10 years of experience in the health and fitness industry. So I do, and I've also competed competitively in bikini and figure. So I do have a bodybuilding background as well. So I feel like, I have tried and tested a lot of different types of dieting. I have also put my own clients through different types of meal plans before, and I am not saying that I have the best way, but I might have a way that might work for you. So, if you're struggling a little bit and you kind of want to try something different or whatever, give it a try. So I'm going to keep this as quick as possible because my sweet, beautiful child is going to be up any moment. She'll probably come walking through this door, and then you're going to see what my house looks like behind that door. That's why it's closed. But anyways, so for my girls who have just started my challenge, we're going to go over super basic. What is a protein, a carbohydrate, a fat, why you need it, how to work out how much you need, all of that sort of thing. So to start with, how many calories should you be consuming every single day? Now, I literally just use an online app to work this out. There are so many technical ways that you can do it, that you can 100% be more accurate if you can go and get yourself a DEXA scan or an in-body scan or something that is going to tell you your exact basal metabolic rate. So your basal metabolic rate is how much energy you require for your body just to maintain daily function. So that's without adding in any exercise or physical activity or moving or anything. This is just for you to wake up and get all the things that your body needs to do, like digestion and recovery, and just replenishing all of its stores every day. So just to be able to do that, your body needs a certain number of calories every day. And I just use an estimate, so I will just use a calculator online for that for my clients, and then we will just play with their calories over a couple of weeks until we find what works. But you can absolutely be more accurate. I'm not saying that I have the best way of doing it, but this is what works for me, and it's easy and anyone can do it, which I think is super important. You don't need a degree to use an online tool to do something like that. So once you've figured that out, you need to basically have a good hard look at yourself and go, okay, so do I have a sedentary life? Do I sit around and do nothing all day? Or do I have a desk job where, I'm not standing for most of the day? Do you do moderate activity, or are you very active? So do you have a very labor intensive job? And telling you, a lot of mums out there, you would be considered to be having a very labor intensive job because you do not sit down ever. Like no sitting ever. And anyway, so you need to figure that out. And then once you've you've worked that out, figure out how much physical activity you do every day. So there's the calculator, there's an online calculator. I will pop a link to the one that I use below. We'll basically ask you if you exercise a little bit and a lot, so how much physical activity you need, and then it's going to throw out a number of calories and also how much protein, carbs and fats you should be eating every day. Now this is to be used lightly. This is not exact, it is to give you a rough guide. So it is going to take you a little bit of time to figure out exactly what works for you. But once you have figured that out, you're good. And it usually only takes a couple of weeks. So once you get started, you should notice results straight away, and then it'll just be tweaking things here and there as you go. So once you're given that amount of protein, carbs, and fats, you can go through and figure out what you're going to eat every day. And when you find out how much protein you actually need to eat, which is probably the biggest surprise that most girls get, they're like, how am I going to eat 140 grams of protein a day? That's quite a lot, when in 100 grams of chicken, you've only got about 25 grams of protein. So that's a lot of meat, right? Or like if you're a vegetarian, it's even harder because you don't have those protein sources coming from meat. So you do have to eat a lot of legumes and vegan protein powders like pea proteins and things like that to make sure that you're getting enough protein every day. So yeah, so figuring that out, the best way that I've found is basically work out 4 solid eating, sit down eating meals a day. So you want 4 meals: your breakfast, your lunch, your second lunch, and your dinner, or however you want to call it. But basically 1 in the morning, 1 at night, 2 sometime during the day. And then I like to throw in just a protein shake as a snack, but it will be more of a post-workout shake for me. So I will have a protein shake post-workout, and then that bumps my protein intake up for the day as well and gives me that little bit extra. So you get your 140 grams of protein or whatever it is that it's been told you to do, divide that by 4, and that will basically tell you how much quantity of whatever it is whatever protein source you're using that you should have. And then you do the exact same thing with your fats or your carbohydrates, or you might stick to just protein and salad or vegetables, and then choose your meals that you want to have your fats or your carbs in. So I personally give my clients, and I usually structure for myself my carbohydrates I have around my training so that I'm getting all my energy for workouts. But you don't have to do that. You can have carbohydrates anytime. It does not matter. I just find that my energy levels are best if I have a little bit of carbohydrates before and a little bit of carbohydrates afterwards. So I would have, you know, some rice with some chicken before my meal, and then afterwards I would have a post-workout shake and maybe eat some rice cakes or something like that, just to get that quick shot of carbohydrates and energy into my body so that I can just carry on with my day. But yeah, there's lots of ways that you can do it, that I've found that works best for me. So it's just one of those trial and error things that you're gonna find out as you go, I guess. Fats, it's the same sort of thing. So your fats, you'll find that the amount of fat that you can have every day is quite small, and when you take into consideration that you have to cook in oil, like cook in coconut oil and things like that, your fats can add up quite quick. So I, for myself, don't have a designated, like, this amount of nuts with my protein shake or this amount of avocado. I kind of cook with all my fats, if that makes sense, so that I make sure I'm definitely not going over my quantity for the day, because I don't have a ton of fats in my diet, but I definitely do. You know, if I'm eating a salad, I will put quarter of an avocado in. I will definitely get my healthy fats in. I eat a lot of salmon, so there's a bit of fats in salmon, but I don't have designated meals where I'm like, I'm gonna have, you know, 100 grams of chicken, 20 grams of avocado, because I find that there's just so many hidden, like, fats is just kind of hidden everywhere. So I always, because I eat such healthy foods as most of the time as well, that I do hit my fats without even putting designated meals with fats in it. I hope that makes sense. If it doesn't, let me know. I think it makes sense. In my head it did. And so, yeah, so protein, carbs, and fats. That's how I kind of divide up my meals when I'm given the amount that I'm given every day. And then, you know, my biggest piece of advice would be to download MyFitnessPal. It is an amazing app, and it's so easy to use, especially if you kind of eat around the same sort of things every day. It takes a little bit of time in the beginning to get used to how to use it and putting in your quantities, but once you got them in there, it's just a quick flick and add, and it's all in there, and you can really utilize it if you're going to go out for dinner or something like that, because if you're going out for dinner, you can really calculate and try and eat as little as possible during the day in terms of carbohydrates and fats, and then just eat just straight protein and salads with little dressing. Just eat as small as you can, kind of to save a big bulk of calories, so that you can go out to dinner and you can enjoy a nice meal and it not affect your training, all your hard work, basically. You want to be able to enjoy those moments every now and then without stressing the whole time about how that's actually affecting your goals. And which is why I think that this type of eating, healthy eating, is the best way to do it, because, you know, you can still kind of have a little bit of wiggle room for those moments. And I'm not saying that those moments can happen every day. I mean, they could. Like, you could probably try and slip in a bit of chocolate every day, but it's not going to make you feel very good. All that sugar it's just going to make you crave more. I don't think it's going to be very good for you. You could do it 100%. You could do it and not gain weight. You could eat chocolate, like a little bit of chocolate every day, and you would be fine. But mentally, I don't think it puts you in a good place. So I feel like you should be thinking about eating as in nourishing your body and giving it energy and letting it function properly. But absolutely, guys, switch off right about this point. If it is that time of the month and you want chocolate, eat chocolate. That's all I'm saying. Eat it, but try and incorporate it into your meal plan for the day so that you are not going over your carbohydrates and your fats for the day. And then it won't make too much of a difference. Maybe just do a little bit of extra cardio to burn it off, but it should make so much of a difference that you're going to be going and throwing all your goals out the window like they never happened, like all that hard work didn't happen. So yeah, I think I just wanted to answer I'm just looking at my notes here, but there's probably the biggest, I guess, question. The biggest thing that I get asked is, you know, why aren't I losing weight? You know, I'm eating healthy, and I think I'm eating all the right things, but I'm not losing weight. So when somebody asks me that, I ask them to send me just a little bit of a food journal telling me what they normally eat. And this sounds like you, because I'm telling you that 90% of the food journals that come in to me, this is what they look like. Breakfast, 2 eggs on toast. Snack, apple. Lunch, chicken and salad. Then nothing until dinner, when they might eat some more chicken and some salad, or steak and salad. So in that meal plan, I very much doubt they're getting enough protein in their diet, because they're only having 2 whole eggs for breakfast. You know, there's a bit of protein in there. That's okay. It's okay, but there's a lot of fats in there. Not enough protein just in 2 eggs. Chicken and salad. Depends on how much chicken they're eating in their salad, but I don't think they'd be having like 300 grams of chicken, which would make it enough for the day. And then nothing, so they're basically fasting all afternoon. Afternoon snack, coffee. Coffee is not a snack. Unless you're having like full milk coffees, and that's like a meal. There's like 200 calories, 300 calories in there. So coffee is not a meal. That's not a meal. And dinner, they'll eat chicken and vegetables. So, you know, you're not eating enough protein. Apart from that 1 piece of toast in the morning, which is about 16 grams of carbs, where's your carbohydrates for the day? Your energy levels are going to be crap. There's a little bit in your apple. There's a little bit, there you go. There's a little bit in there. But apart from that, you got not enough carbs. So 0 energy levels. So I'd like to see what your training looks like. And then your fats, you've got them pretty covered in your eggs. There's quite a lot of fat in there, but there's not a good variety of fats. So you're going to be missing out on a whole heap there. So 1, you're not eating enough food. Like that diet would probably be at least probably just 1,000 calories, give or take a little bit, but there's probably about 1,000 calories in that diet. Now most women, don't go hating down here, because like I said, I am not a qualified nutritionist, but most women need at least 1,500 to 1,800 calories a day just for normal function. Now this isn't taking into consideration how active they are in their job or their lifestyle. So nowhere near enough. They're not eating anywhere near enough. Now when you're wanting to lose weight, you want to be eating in a deficit, but not a 500 calorie deficit. You only want to be 200 calories a deficit. Oh my God, I'll get it out eventually. A little bit of a deficit, enough so that your body is going to start dropping body fat slowly and in a healthy way. But 500 calories off just normal daily functioning, you haven't even started moving yet, you haven't started exercising yet, your body is not going to want to lose weight. And the reason why it won't lose weight is because it's starving. And, you know, it doesn't care that you're carrying body fat in your legs or your tummy or your arms or wherever it is. It doesn't care. It cares about like surviving. And so it's going to hang on to every calorie, every molecule of fat. It's going to hang on to all of it, because it doesn't know if it's going to get enough to survive that day, or to not survive, but, you know, it's not going to get enough to actually carry out all of the things that it needs to do every day. So once you start eating the right amount of food so that your body can do all the things that it needs to do, it can go, all right, well, we're hydrated, we've got enough energy to mentally carry on with the day, all of our cells are repairing, our muscles are recovering, like you got a good thing going here. Let's get rid of some of this fat, because it's holding us back. We don't need this. And then it will actually start, your metabolism will work for you, and you will start liberating fat, and you will start losing weight. But until you find that right balance with your intake and you get some consistency going in your meal plan and you get some healthy macronutrients getting into your body, it's not going to work for you. It's going to work against you. And you're going to be on this constant yo-yo. You might lose a couple of kilos or you might lose a kilo. 3 days later, you'll be back up again and you'll be down and you'll be up. And that's because you aren't consistent. Your body doesn't know if it's coming or going. So if you want to lose weight, you need to make a plan. Make a plan, follow it, make sure you're eating enough protein, carbohydrates and fats every day. Make sure you're moving every day. Make sure you're drinking enough water. Then come back in 2 weeks. And if you haven't lost weight, there's something seriously going on. Or you need to look at hiring somebody or paying a professional to have a look at what you're doing to see what you're doing wrong. Because if all of those things are happening and they're all working, you're on a good thing. It's going to work. It's going to work for you. But anyways, I'm going to go, guys, because I've got to go and get ready now for my next class. But I hope you all enjoyed this. I'm sorry if it was a little bit all over the place. I hope someone took something out of it. Again, please bear with me because this is my first vlog and I am extremely nervous, and if you can see the sweat, whew, very nervous, but I promise I will get better. This is a journey for me as well, and I hope to share a lot more information with you. I have only just touched the surface with nutrition, guys. I tried to make it as simple as possible so that it could help as many people as possible. Just get started, get on that track, get onto this this link that I post below, find out what your macronutrients should be, so your calories, and come up with a plan. All right. Okay. So if you have any questions at all, please post them below, and I will be really excited to answer them for you. All right. That's all from me for now. Bye, guys.